It finally happened. They did it. They showed us. This is it in this episode. Oh my goodness. Welcome, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast to talk all about The White Lotus, Season 3, Episode 6, Denials. Oh my god. They finally showed us, and I don't know that it's gonna get any better. This episode is it's a lot. Like there's a lot of fallout from the last one where if you have a really big party and you do a lot of drugs and you do a lot of bad and dumb stuff, consequences usually follow the next morning. But man, oh man, I did not think they were going to push things to the way they have. Although a lot of these things were kind of in my mind from the first episode. We'll get into it, but boy, oh boy, we'll just swinging, like fully swinging on this one. All right, we have two episodes left after this. They look pretty exciting. We know the Muay Thai fight is coming up, and of course, from the first episode, we know that there's going to be some shots fires at some point. So here we go. All right, first we begin, and content warning. This show is all over the place, but especially with like themes of suicide. Tim imagines shooting himself. Like he imagines that fallout, like his wife finding out, his daughter, like he imagines what would happen if he had done it at that moment. And I knew that it was a dream or in his imagination. You got to remember he's been taking this drug like that is new to him for this whole week, right? So he's already not in the right state of mind, anyways. Some of those medications, I don't know specifically about that one. For some of those medications, have some side effects that could mess with your mind. But yeah, this is the fallout from the party for everyone, really. Lori and the girls, the family, like Saxon and Lachlan. We'll talk about that in a minute because it's a lot. Um, Zion also arrives early, so he ends up finding Belinda with Porn Chai, like we saw in the last episode. So even Belinda's decisions are kind of coming to kind of bite her in the butt a little bit. Although Zion I think is pretty cool about it overall. Saxon is very hungover, maybe very regretful because he starts having flashbacks as to what happened the previous night. Now, all that we see for now is he wakes up, his brother's right there next to him. They're both nude in the bed. He has flashbacks of Lachlan hooking up. But what follows is astonishing. Just like out of this, just the most bonkers things that could happen at that party. We also see that uh, uh, Kate sees Valentine leaving Jacqueline's room. She ends up telling Lori. They kind of hash it out at breakfast, and they bring it up. The friendship with these three has been getting more awkward and destructive. I think every episode, and we are at the brink of it. We are in a place where are they really? Should these people even still be friends? Like I don't know. That's probably what they just because you've known someone like from childhood, should you still be friends with them if you have nothing in common? If you only think of them in this way, where it's like, yeah, maybe we were friends at some point, but we're very different people now. And I think that there's been moments where two of the group kind of go, not set off against the other one, but there's definitely like two of the group will leave ostracize one a little bit and then place a switch there between them. So something really funny. Belinda was quoting Scarface to her son, which I thought that was really. It just caught me by surprise because I was like, I know that quote. That's Scarface. Also, the dude that plays Fabian, I don't have the name of the performer here, but uh, like they Fabian is like anxiety personified. Like Fabian could be an Inside Out 3 and just be anxiety. Also, Tim and the family are going to check out the monastery so that Piper, to see if Piper should stay there after she's told them. Lachlan tags along because he's being a little bit pushed away by his brother because his brother is remembering everything that happened the night before. He doesn't really. Um, Gary and Chloe are planning this party where Gary wants Chloe to bring one of the boys from the previous night, which is interesting. What is Gary up to? I feel like he's maybe trying to set something up to go wrong in that place and take out maybe two birds with one stone, right? Take out Saxon and Belinda, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. I don't know if Gary's even that. I don't know Gary much other than this season, so I don't really know. Unless the show's told me about it. Rick finally meets up with Sri Tala, the owner of the White Lotus, and then Piper meets with the monk Luang Portera because they finally go. Tim also talks to him, but because Tim is all hopped up on pills, he starts asking some big philosophical questions about life and death. And I think he's just trying to figure out a way to justify maybe killing himself, which is like that's pretty hard. So that I mean, right now, as far as as far as everything goes, I think Tim is big part of the reason why there's shots in the beginning of the episode. Speaking of shots and guns, Guy Talk, he needs his gun back. He knows that Tim has it. He takes advantage of the family leaving the resort. He goes in there. He does find it. He manages to not get in trouble. I feel like they really tagged us along for that little storyline of like trying to feel bad for Guy Talk. Also, Mook just reminds him that they have a date to go to the Muay Thai fights, which I feel like a lot of people are going to go to the Muay Thai fights, and we're going to see something very interesting there in the next episode. Very likely, since they showed the preview. Um, I there's one song in the soundtrack or in the score that I really love. It's like this when the normal theme kind of goes really high tempo with the big percussions. I really like that. Like there was a sequence there where it came in and I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. Just builds the tension, builds like what I really want to feel from this episode. Lori confronts Jacqueline about how funny all this is of like she slept with Valentine, although Jacqueline keeps denying it. Although I mean we saw it, so we know. So I don't think they're gonna end there very well. Lachlan stays at the temple with Piper because their mom is like, all right, if you can spend one night here and you still want to live here for a year, then I'll be on board. Which is kind of her plan to be like, getting you careful what you wish for type of situation for Piper. But while they're meditating, Lachlan starts remembering everything that happened, and including the fact that he gave his brother a handy while they were both having sex with Chloe. And that's what they both know now, and that's what their relationships is now. So, boy, oh boy, it's uncomfortable, it's awkward, and I hate it. But man, oh man, does it make for entertaining television? And then finally, Will, after all his machinations, is finally in front of the man who killed his father, and that's where the episode leaves. So very exciting stuff. I like the title denials really really plays into like the theme of the episode, of course, because Saxon is denying. He tried to deny what happened. Tim also trying to avoid the reality of his situation. Even Belinda, like with the relationship and the awkwardness with her son. Jacqueline denying that she slept with Valentine. Like just these episodes are so well written and they are presented in such a way where it's like, yeah, we're gonna ham it over the head, but it's still all gonna make sense at the end of the day. So very exciting stuff. I am really enjoying the show. We only have 2 episodes left for everyone that has seen all of it. Luckily for me, I can always go back and then watch season one, which I'm gonna try to space out. I'm not gonna just binge it, and then also season two, which so I have plenty of episodes left. But if you're enjoying this season of White Lotus, or if you saw this episode, let me know about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.